Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to talk as loudly as I can to compete against this wind. Thank you for joining us today here on our beautiful but chilly campus mall as we recognize the many men and women who have selflessly served in our country's armed forces. It is my privilege to welcome all of you to Ocean County College and to thank you for participating in our annual salute to veterans. Veterans Day is an important day for America. On this day, we pause our daily routines and take time to appreciate the brave men and women who have so valiantly served this nation. We recognize their tremendous courage, we acknowledge their loyalty and dedication, and we appreciate their willingness to potentially give their lives to protect our lives and our freedoms. Not everyone knows the history of Veterans Day, so let me share a bit about this special recognition. The U.S. entered World War I, known for many years as the Great War, in 1917, and the war officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice, or temporary cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany, went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week on which it falls. The observance of Veterans Day on November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor Americans' veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. We also send our good thoughts and wishes to the many thousands of U.S. troops engaged around the world, and we pray for their quick and safe returns to their families and communities. We remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we send our heartfelt condolences to the families and friends of those soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and guardians. As we begin our program today, let me acknowledge some special guests in our audience who have taken the time to gather here with us today. First and foremost, will all veterans and active duty members of the military please rise to be acknowledged with a round of applause. We thank you wholeheartedly for your service. We are also so pleased and excited to have with us today 4 student speakers from Ocean County College in Cane Ocean. Sergeant Matt Rose served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. Sergeant E5 Howitzer Gunner MOT Team Chief Barracks Manager Trevon Marcel Hunter served 7 years with the United States Army, including deployments to Jordan and Kuwait. Specialist E4 Lee Leontes Felice Barboza served 6 years in the United States Army, and E6 Petty Officer First Class Brock Torrey had served active duty for 5 years and remains in the active reserves for the U.S. Coast Guard. Would you all please also stand so everybody can see you? Great. Thank you for being here and sharing your experiences with us today. I'd also like to welcome and thank our interpreter for today's event, Eileen Thigpen, and Anthony Truffaut and the OCC Concert Band for coming out and sharing their musical talents in honor of our veterans. Thank you very much. We are also fortunate to have here with us today Virginia Haynes, Ocean County Commissioner, Rob Arace, Ocean County Commissioner, Stephen Zabarski, Chair of the Ocean County College Board of Trustees, Lynn Canfield, Vice Chair of the Ocean County College Board of Trustees, Diane Gove, Secretary of the Ocean County College Board of Trustees, Bradley Billheimer, Ocean County Prosecutor, Anthony Carrington, Ocean County Chief of Detectives, Assemblyman Paul Canitra, and Joseph Youngblood, Chancellor of Kane Ocean's Global and Regional Campuses. Thank you for being here and showing your support. At this time, I invite you to stand as the Ocean County College Concert Band performs our national anthem. Thank you for that wonderful performance, and I really admire all of your ability to play in this cold and wind. I am now honored to introduce our first speaker, Sergeant Matt Rose. Matt is president of the Student Veteran Organization at OCC and a VA work-study student in the VMRC. Matt is pursuing his AS in General Studies in Health and Physical Education and will transfer to Kane Ocean this spring as a public health major. His goal is to work in community health to improve health outcomes for individuals and communities as a whole. Please join me in welcoming Sergeant Matt Rose to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Monica, and thank you to everybody for being here. Good afternoon. My name is Matt Rose. I'm a Marine, the president of the Student Veteran Organization on campus, VA work-study student, and I'd like to thank everybody for being here. I'll start my speech off by being honest, and that for a long time after I left the service, I never thought of myself as someone deserving to be at one of these ceremonies. Because of the fact that I did not serve in a combat position while in the Marine Corps, I did not view my time in as being equal to or counting as much as others, which I feel other veterans may be able to relate to. While I always knew that I was, in essence, a veteran, I still never really felt like one. In part due to that, I spent years after leaving the military trying to distance myself from the veteran identity as a whole, which my father, who is also a Marine, made it very hard to do by consistently calling me a jarhead or a devil dog. All of this changed when I got involved in the Veteran and Military Resource Center on campus. Being part of that community for 4 semesters now, and meeting all of the other veterans who go through there, I do understand now that service is more than just the role that you served or where you served. It is just the fact that it takes a choice to serve that matters the most. And that choice is what allows people to share an immediate bond, regardless of what branch you were in, what job you had. This can be pretty evident with the community that has been built in the VMRC at this school. And that immediate bond is what I realized that I was missing for so long when trying to distance myself from that life. Today, I have a piece of me filled that was empty for so long, but I'm also proud that I can play just a small part in being involved in the development and growth of veterans who come through the VMRC or come to our club meetings. As we honor veterans today, a big thing for us to remember is that there isn't one type of veteran We all had different reasons and motivators for joining the military, but we all still chose to do it, and that is why every one of our stories should be worth honoring and celebrating. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Our next student speaker is Sergeant E5 Howitzer Gunner Ammo Team Chief Barracks Manager Trayvon Marcel Hunter. Trayvon serves as the Vice President of the OCC Student Veterans Organization. In his second year at OCC, Trayvon is studying engineering with the goal of earning his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Delaware. Long term, Trayvon wants to obtain his professional engineer license. Please welcome Sergeant Trayvon Hunter to the podium.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Let me back that up real quick. As you already know, my name is Trayvon Hunter. I'm the Vice President here of the Student Veteran Organization at OCC. When I was asked to give a speech on Veterans Day, I initially had no idea what to talk about. So I asked for direction. I was told to speak about what Veterans Day means to me. While trying to figure out this question, I thought back to my time in the military. I served 7 years in the United States Army. Throughout those years, I worked as a Patriot launching station operator and cannon crew member. I've deployed to Jordan, Kuwait, and did a rotation to the Republic of South Korea. I ended my service as a sergeant and earned numerous awards, including multiple Army accommodations, Army Achievement Medals, multiple unit awards, and I was even on the 5 o'clock news in South Korea. But when I took off the uniform, none of that mattered as much. What stuck with me the most were the people, my brothers and sisters that I served alongside. To me, Veterans Day is about the people that I served with, and the generations who served before me, the ones who are serving now. It's about the soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, guardians, and even the Coast Guardians. Each of us with our own story, our own reasons for serving, and the challenges that come with the commitment. Some of us were called to deploy overseas to win our nation's wars. Some of us stayed home waiting for that call. Bear with me, please. Some of us patrolled the oceans across the world while others guarded our coastlines, keeping them safe and secure. And some kept watch over the skies. No matter the branch or the mission, every one of us played a part in serving something greater than ourselves. To me, Veterans Day is also a time for us to take a moment and reflect for the gratitude for those who came before us and those who we fought alongside. I truly stand on the shoulders of giants. I've always wanted to say that in a speech. And also to the families who stand behind our veterans. It's not easy sometimes. And the gratitude for the community like our Military Veterans Resource Center at OCC that reminds us our service still matters even after the uniform comes off. So today on Veterans Day, let us not just remember the uniforms or the deployments or the endless hours of hurrying up to wait, but the people that were in those uniforms, their service, their sacrifices, and their continuing impact on our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Trayvon. It is now my pleasure to introduce Specialist E4 Lily Feliz. Lily is in her final semester at Ocean County College, completing an AS in General Studies with a business concentration. She will transfer to Kean University, where she will pursue a BA, MPA in public administration with the goal of acquiring the educational foundation that complements her 10 years of professional experience in this field, enabling her to continue growing, making meaningful contributions to public service, and helping to make a positive difference for future generations. Let us welcome Lily to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a little nervous, so please bear with me. It's truly an honor to stand before you today on Veterans Day, a day that holds a deep and personal meaning for me and my family. I proudly served 6 years in the United States Army, reaching the rank of specialist. It was truly an honor to wear the uniform and be a part of something bigger, serving and protecting our country. During this time, I also met my wonderful husband, and together we built a loving military family. We share a deep understanding of sacrifice and the incredible strength that resilience brings to us. My husband joined the Army in high school and served over 22 years, including tours in Iraq and Kuwait, retiring in 2023. His bravery and determination taught me that service is a family journey. Veterans Day reminds us of the sacrifice, bonds, and duty we share. Our tradition of service continues through our children. My stepsons are proud to follow these footsteps. One is an active duty airman, and the youngest, a Brick High School student, is in the Air Force ROTC and hopes to become a pilot one day. Watching the next generation embrace that spirit fills me with pride and hope. After my service in uniform, I shifted to healthcare to serve others. When the pandemic changed the world, I continued to service by pursuing my education, which led me to come here to Ocean County College. At OCC, I've truly been blessed to find a second family to the Veterans and Military Resource Center. The BMRC isn't just a place, it's a warm and welcoming community. Over the last 3 semesters, I've had a wonderful opportunity to work with their students employed as a BA study employee, witnessing fellow veterans walk in feeling uncertain and leave feeling empowering, thanking from caring and encouragement and compassion they receive between those walls. I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank Christina and Jessica for creating such a warm and welcoming environment for student veterans. We truly appreciate all you do, even if it means giving you a little gray hair along the way. El Día de los Veteranos es una hermosa oportunidad para recordar y honrar a todos los que han servido con valentía. También es un momento especial para valorar a las familias que permanecen a su lado con tanto amor y apoyo, y para reconocer a los estudiantes veteranos que cada día siguen sirviendo a sus comunidades en formas nuevas y significantes. To my fellow veterans and to our families, and to every student who walks through the BMRC doors, you inspire me every single day. Serving you has been an honor, and it's truly a privilege to continue our journey here at LCC. I sincerely hope we keep carrying the spirits of resilience, courage, and unity that makes us veteran community so special. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Lily. It is now my pleasure to introduce E6 Petty Officer First Class Brock Torrey. Brock is enrolled in the Kean Oceans Graduate Counselor Ed program, majoring in counselor education, and would eventually like to enter into private practice and to continue his support in assisting veterans in any way possible. Brock is a student veteran and works in our Kean Ocean Veterans Office. And as of 3 weeks ago, he added the title Daddy to his name. Let us welcome Brock to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Monaco, and thank you everyone who's here. I'd like to especially thank my fellow student veterans. And this cold is not lost on me, so I'm going to take the same approach I have with my entire college career and try and make this as quick and efficient as possible. The only problem with that is that when I was a student here at OCC, I took my public speaking class online, so just bear with me. Let the boat sink and get the people off. These were the words echoed by my commanding officer that altered the direction of my service and inevitably the course of my life. And I hope that over the next few minutes and moments we share that you'll consider the weight of them as well. My name is Brock Torrey, and I'm honored to be amongst all of you here today. Beyond that, I'm also a graduate student and a husband and a father, two of the greatest titles I've ever held. And I'm also a member of the Coast Guard. Let the boat sink and get the people off. This was an order I received as I gathered my crew and rushed to secure a dewatering pump before responding to a sinking vessel that was just moments from going down and stranding its crew. These words stopped me in my tracks as I recognized how much valuable time was being wasted in an effort to save a boat rather than focusing on the lives that were at stake. Just 8 words led me to reevaluate my duties as a service member and even forced me to re-examine every role in my life. I began to consider how often we put insignificant matters at the forefront of our priorities when true service is about people. The simple truth is ultimately what being a veteran means to me. It's an extraordinary opportunity to serve others. And this day, a reminder that what truly makes us unique as Americans is our willingness to extend service to one another. Whether an active service member, veteran, or civilian, we all have a calling on our lives to serve. Regardless if it's on the battlefield or in our own backyard, our call to service ultimately lies unto the man or the woman next to you. So in a world marred with conflict and confusion, disputes and disparities, I hope to bring about a sobering reminder. As Americans, it is our duty to serve and protect one another, to prioritize the lives around us above our own, to not let our differences divide us. We must be willing to let the boat sink so that we can get the people off. So on Veterans Day and every day, let us embrace the spirit of our veterans, because I'm confident that when we serve those around us, when we lay our lives down daily, even for the least of these, we are honoring the legacy of those that volunteered to do the same for us. So in closing, I thank you for your time and support. And once more, I encourage you that when the call comes, let the boat sink and get the people off. May God bless you all. May God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Brock. It is now my honor to welcome again the OCC Concert Band to play Salute to the Armed Forces. We encourage all veterans and family members to stand to be recognized during their service song. thank you for that beautiful performance. Before we begin the last segment of our ceremony, I am honored to share that we will soon plant a stone marker that acknowledges the 2,448 men and women who died and the 20,769 men and women who were wounded in the 20-year Afghanistan war, which lasted from 2001 to 2021. This stone marker will complement the other stone markers that you see here in our Veterans Memorial that commemorate the other wars in which Americans have served. Thank you to the Ocean Cane students, Andrew Clayton and Hunter Mance, for suggesting this new stone marker. And I fail to acknowledge Hunter Mance, who's our alumni trustee, who is also here. And I also want to thank Ken Malagier and the Ocean County College Foundation for financially supporting this welcome addition. I now ask that everyone, if you are able, to stand, turn, and face the flagpole and remain standing during the flag lowering and flag raising that will conclude our program. I ask that Chancellor Joseph Youngblood from Cane Ocean join me and read the 13 points of the flag folding as the flag is folded. This will be accompanied by the bugle call known as TAPS, which is sounded at military burial and memorial services and to signal the lights out command at the end of the day. Today, it signals the lowering of the American flag and will be performed by Ross Eady and the OCC Concert Band. We will conclude this ceremony with a performance of To the Colors, also performed by Ross Eady as our flag is raised. Chancellor Youngblood, thank you for leading this flag ceremony.
It is my honor and pleasure to provide for each of us an understanding of the context and the symbolism behind each of the 13 folds in the U.S. flag. The first fold symbolizes life and how precious it is. The second fold signifies our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made to honor and in tribute of the veteran departing our ranks and defending our country. The fourth fold symbolizes our weaker nature and reminds us that we are citizens trusting and searching for guidance in war and peace. The fifth fold is an acknowledgement and tribute to our country. The sixth fold is in honor of where our hearts lie as we pledge allegiance to the flag. The seventh fold is a tribute to the armed forces to protect our country. The eighth fold is in tribute to the one who entered the valley of the shadow of death and to honor mothers for whom the flag flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is in honor of womanhood and their character that has helped make this country great. The 10th fold is a tribute to fathers who have given their children in sacrifice to our country. The 11th fold represents the lower portion of the shield. The 12th fold represents the emblem of eternity. And the last fold, when the flag is completely folded, with only the stars exposed, reminds us of our national motto, "For it is in God we trust."
Thank you, everybody, for attending this moving memorial service, and I invite you to warm up with some light refreshments in the atrium right behind me. Thank you.